I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostle, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Blessing and salutation to the elect of Yasharala, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as unto the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nations, but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And as you can see, this was dated yesterday, December 4th. Today is the 5th. And it says, Gen Z loses faith in America. How young Americans say they believe things in the nation are going, which, as you can see within the polls that they asked at Harvard, they're sitting here, it's going on what's this? Ooh, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Around 2020, it just significantly went down, saying that it's going on the wrong track. And then on the right track, it started feeling a little bit of hope, But now it's boom, boom, boom. It's all the way up here at 57, and that's just at the end of the day, everything is being revealed. The end is being, well, let's get that real quick, The end is being manifest. And that's the thing, with our lessons, for the most part, it's like a broken record, but this is the news. That's all they can talk about in the news is all of the troubles that's coming. All right, all of the troubles that's brewing, I would say. This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. I'm getting straight to the point. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And that's what we are seeing now. We're seeing the end manifest. All right, it's been revealed. It's been shown. Okay, and at a point in time, it was talked about, but now it's being felt, right? Let's see. Definitely misspelled that. Clearly revealed to the eye or the understanding, open to view or comprehension. That's exactly what's going on. People are starting to comprehend the end. They're comprehending and understanding that things are not how they used to be, and they pretty much won't be. Okay? It says proved by direct evidence. Yeah, like they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it we'll get a little bit into this article, and it kind of explains it a little bit better. I'm gonna kind of breeze through it. But it says young Americans say the country is headed down a dark road and fear their futures are unstable, according to the latest Harvard Youth poll out Thursday morning. Why it matters: financial insecurity, intense political polarization, Salakia, and the rise of AI are eroding Gen Z's faith in their economic prospect and public institutions overall. The author of the report, now its 25th year, warned that this massive upheaval is threatening the country's stability. Instability is shaping nearly every part of young people's lives, said John Della Volpe, director of polling at the Harvard Institution of Politics, in a Zoom with reporters and students involved in the survey. It says by the numbers, a majority of respondents, 57%, say the country is headed in a wrong direction. A 6-point rise from last year and 1 point down from the record high notched in the spring of 2024. So it's just as the years are going by, and that's what's going to happen. The end has to happen. So the closer we get to the end, the more you're going to see, the more it's going to be revealed. That's why I said, Satan coming down, having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. That's why more and more things are happening. Well, that's why things are happening more frequently, I would say. You got storms over here and storms over there. You got this country talking about digital currency. This people talking about central bank. This people gearing up for war. This people increasing their military strength. Uh, this country having financial and economic problems. All right, these countries building tension in me. Hey, we're at the end. Okay, we are just at the end, my friend. It says the survey of 2040 18 to 29-year-olds took place in early November. The big picture, economic insecurity is playing a big role here. Even though the overall economy is holding up, young adults are being hit hard by some of its biggest weaknesses, particularly a stagnant job market, changes brought by AI, and sky high housing prices. So, once again, you know, as we bring out through the spirit, those windows, man, those windows are being darkened. This is uh this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. I'll go to 1 and come down to 4. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So seek the Lord while he may be found. Right? And I'll read down, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Right? For the knowledge, wisdom, understanding is not able to be found before the days and it get hard, harder and to manage, so to speak. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? Because that's what it said. It is headed down what? A dark road, That's where it's going. All right. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. That's part of it. I'm gonna see if I can find it in here real quick. Um, well, I think it kind of said that, yeah, the stagnant job market. That's the grinding being low because they don't need you anymore. The things that people can do, that AI can do, they'll just have them do it, and they'll just pay people to make sure they take care of the AI. But it's not like, hey, we're gonna give you more money to give up your job to AI and just monitor the AI. No, we don't need you. You're expendable. People are realizing that they're expendable, man. That's another thing I got to get into. I seen something about the nurses. The nurses, they starting to feel a little shade. From as a I ain't gonna even say too much on it. I'm gonna just have to do a lesson on it after I get a little more information. But it says the grinder is low and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's another thing as well. Like I said, the end is being manifest. Far as hip hop, I said this is like the first year it hasn't been in the top 100 or something. I'm killing these words. Hip hop absent from the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40 in late 2025 marked the first time in 35 years, ending a long streak due to chart rule changes that removed long running hits like Kendrick Lamar's Luther combined with huge releases. Uh, yeah, well, this about 4 weeks ago. It says no rap songs in Hot 100's top 40 for the first time since 1990. Well, there you go. That's what it is. It wasn't in the top 40. Let me see. While some see this as a decline or falling off due to the content or industry shifts, others view it as an evolution. While with rap still strong but charting differently, influenced by new streaming dynamics and label strategies, with artists like NBA YoungBoy bubbling just outside the top 40. And he don't really say much anyway. But and that's just one genre of it. but overall, it's like um, the the music it just ain't music no more, man. You know, because we understand that all of those other genres come from um, how do I put it, Israelite, you know, Israelite inventions, all right, or inspired by Israelites overall, you know, rock and pop and all of that. You know, the other nations just get into it and kind of, you know, be the face of it, all right. But at the end of the day, it all stems from, all right, the children of the Most High. Okay. It says 43% of those surveyed say that they are struggling financially or getting hit by limited financial security. Those numbers are higher for Black and Hispanic respondents and those without a college degree. But it's like, shoot, you don't really want to go to college because that's gonna put you more and more into debt. So like I'm sending a text. But yeah, that'll put you more and more into debt. See, here it is. You're supposed to go to college to get a degree, but you gotta pay all this tuition money after you get your degree and finding it's almost like a trap. Got a bunch of people crying online about their debt. Uh, it says 59% see AI as a threat to their job prospects, more than immigration at 31%, or outsourcing jobs to other countries at 48%. Majorities of both parties are threatened. Economic worry is the new unifier among young adults, says Kritika Nagapa, a Harvard senior who worked on the AI and economy pieces of the survey. So, um, we got the rising cost of living has become a political liability for Trump, just as it did for his predecessors. Yeah, they'll have all of these promises that they give, and you know, to make America great again, make America healthy again. Make America affordable again. That was my first time just seeing that earlier today. But it's hey, hey. Well, let me get that. Jeremiah 51. Yeah, Jeremiah 51:8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her. If so be she may be healed. And that's the thing. She's not going to be healed. Okay, America can't be healed and can't turn around from what's been done to it because it's the judgment of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. All right, I was sitting here thinking, like I said, how for her? And I was sitting here thinking of Esau, how Esau, you know, Jacob he was like, oh, he stole my blessing. And he said, you know, he saw the blessing, you know, he saw it carefully with tears, right? He was crying about it. Like, don't you got a blessing for me? Well, and tears ain't gonna help this place prolong. Tears ain't gonna have it to where the Most High forgive this place. Like, this place is already written to be a desert. Okay. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Right? So what should you do? Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lift up even to the skies. And that's where we at. We at the point where the Lord is bringing about his prophecy. Okay. And like I said, Gen Z loses faith in America because there ain't no hope for them. You know, there ain't no hope for them at all. So it's like you can go and still pursue this career, this degree, but nothing is even really promised to you. Because at any moment, well, you got to pick wisely what field you choose. All right, you might pick a field where AI is not necessarily infiltrated at the moment, and then in the near future, you end up getting replaced by a damn humanoid that can lift 3 or 4 times what you can lift without even straining themselves, and still don't need no break. You got to understand, this man, he left no grapes, right? He left no grapes to be gathered, man. Meaning he want to squeeze everything out of everything. Okay, he wants total and complete control. And once he gets you out of the work field, all right, what he'll have you do? You'll mess around and be building the damn robots. You know, paying you a little bit to nothing because you'll accept it. Okay, but hey, as we know, they got the UBI they keep bringing up. And just put you in a 15-minute city, put a C hip in you, all right, and you'll comply, man. That's why the Lord has to come and bring judgment upon this place, right? And I'll end it there. This is Matthew 24 and 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." And that's the times that we coming in. All right, Jacob's trouble hitting, starting now, but it's still going to heighten. You know, and you see a lot of it going on with the with the uh with the agents, man. You know, rounding up our people. You know, and it's like they say, it's just a matter of time before they go after any and everybody. All right, because that's their whole goal. Is control, right? It says, "And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." So if this man could really fulfill his plan, and just imagine 100 years from now, and the Lord not bringing judgment upon this place. You know, the earth would just the earth, the earth probably wouldn't even be here. But hey, call all YAHAWASHI. That's what it's saying. If the Lord didn't shorten the days, then no flesh would be saved. Because this man would destroy himself and everybody else with the earth. You know, just trying to prove that he is the Most High, which is why his judgment has reached unto heaven, and now the Lord is about to bring the smack down. All right, so that's where we at. Not only Gen Z, because they're supposed to be the people to shape the future, right? You know, and then the ones under them, but you destroying them. You know, allowing all type of things in elementary school. You destroying the hell out of them in their minds. All right, so you just killing inspiration, killing hope, killing motivation. You know, it's so much to it, man. But yeah, with that, hey, call YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, and once again, all praises unto YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI. And Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. Shalom.